Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Ms. Aisha Baloch and I welcome you all to my fifth lecture of English. Dear students, as you can see on your screen, our topic of the day is the verb tense, which tells us when an action is taking place, whether it's happening now, the present tense, happened already, the past tense, or will happen later, the future tense. I hope you remember there are four aspects of the verb tense which tell us how the action unfolds in time. It could be simple or indefinite tense, which tells us about simple action, a habit, or regular activity. The continuous tense to show an ongoing or incomplete action. The perfect tense, which shows actions completed before another action takes place. And the perfect continuous tense to show an ongoing action before another action takes place. Focusing on our first term syllabus, in this video we are going to learn about the present tense. So the first aspect of the present tense is the present indefinite tense, which is used to show habits or regular actions. For example, I drink apple juice in the morning. For facts or generalizations, for example, honey is sweet. Or for scheduled future event, for example, the national games begin tomorrow. Now let's have a look at the sentence structure in the present indefinite tense. We have a subject in the beginning, which may be a singular or plural, noun or pronoun. Then we have a verb in its first form, keeping in mind the subject-verb agreement rule. And then we have other parts of speech, which may be an object or a phrase used as a complement to the sentence. For example, she wears neat uniform, or we like the pizza served here. Let's learn the formation or transformation of the present indefinite tense into the four basic kinds of sentences. As discussed earlier, in the affirmative form, we have subject, a verb, and other parts of speech. For example, she works hard to get promotion. For negative form, we have a subject, a helping verb, that is to say, do with a plural subject or does with a singular subject. The word not, then the verb in the first form and the other parts of speech. For example, she does not work hard to get promotion. For interrogative sentence, the helping verb is in the beginning, then the subject, the first form of verb, and the other parts of speech. For example, do they work hard to get promotion? Similarly, for interrogative negative or intronegative sentences, as it is generally called, the formation is like we have helping verb in the beginning, subject, the word not, then first form of verb and the other parts of speech. For example, do they not work hard to get promotion? And just a reminder, students, please don't forget to put a full stop at the end of an affirmative or a negative sentence and a question mark at the end of an interrogative or intronegative sentence. The second aspect of the present tense is the present continuous tense. It is used to show an ongoing action at the time of speaking. For example, she is watching her favorite show. Or for temporary ongoing activities, for example, we are taking karate lessons these days. Or for activities expected to take place in the near future. For example, he is going to visit his grandparents tonight. The sentence structure in the present continuous tense is like we have subject in the beginning, a helping verb which may be is, am, or are depending on the subject, the fourth form of verb which is called progressive form or a present participle of a verb, and then the other parts of speech. For example, mother is baking cookies. I am taking selfies. You are watching a video lesson. The sentence formation in the present continuous tense is like, for the affirmative, we have subject, a helping verb, which can be is, am, or are, as we learned moments ago, then the verb in its fourth form, and the other parts of speech. For example, I am completing my work. For negative, we have subject, the helping verb, the word not, the fourth form of verb, and other parts of speech. For example, she is not writing a novel. For the interrogative form, we have a helping verb in the beginning, the subject, the verb in its fourth form, and the other parts of speech. For example, is he playing in the park? For the intronegative form, we have a helping verb, then the subject, the word not, verb in its fourth form, and the other parts of speech. For example, are we not working on this project? The third aspect of the present tense is the present perfect tense. It is used to show completed activities in the immediate past. For example, they have just completed the renovation of their room. Or for past actions with indefinite time. For example, I have informed them. For an action that began in the past and is continued in the present. For example, she has known me for a long time. The sentence structure in the present perfect tense has a subject in the beginning, a helping verb which may be has or have depending on the subject, the verb in its third form, which is also called as the past participle. I hope you remember that we always use the third form of verb or the past participle in the perfect tense. Then we have the other parts of speech. For example, he has finished his homework. We have watched the show twice. The sentence formation in the present perfect tense has a subject in the beginning, a helping verb, has or have, the third form of verb and other parts of speech in the affirmative form. For example, you have shopped in this market. For the negative formation, we have a subject in the beginning, a helping verb, the word not, the third form of verb and other parts of speech. For example, you have not shopped in this market. For the interrogative, we have a helping verb in the beginning, a subject, a verb in the third form and other parts of speech. For example, have I quarreled with you? For the interrogative negative or intro-negative form, we have a helping verb in the beginning, a subject, the word not, and the verb in its third form and other parts of speech. For example, have I not quarreled with you? The fourth aspect of the present tense is the present perfect continuous tense. It is used to emphasize the continuity of an action that began in the past and is still continuing. For example, she has been reading this book since morning. It is also used to show continuity of an already finished action to emphasize as an explanation. For example, why are your clothes so wet? I've been watering the plants. The sentence structure in the present perfect continuous tense has a subject, a helping verb, has or have, an auxiliary verb, been, the fourth form of verb, other parts of speech, since or for, and the beginning time or duration of an action. For example, he has been studying in the library for 3 hours. You have been finding that watch since morning. Now here you may notice that we have used for before 3 hours in the first example because it tells the complete duration for the completion of an action. And we have used since before morning because it shows the beginning time of an action. Let's now learn the sentence formations in the present perfect continuous tense. The first kind of sentence is the affirmative. It has a subject in the beginning, the helping verb has or have, an auxiliary verb been, the fourth form of verb, other parts of speech, since or for, and the beginning time or duration of an action. For example, I've been cleaning my shoes for 5 minutes. The negative form takes a subject in the beginning, a helping verb, has or have, the word not, an auxiliary verb been, the fourth form of verb, other parts of speech, since or for, and the beginning time or duration of an action. For example, I've not been cleaning my shoes for 5 minutes. The interrogative form of sentence takes a helping verb in the beginning, then the subject, the auxiliary verb been, the fourth form of verb, other parts of speech, since or for, and the beginning time or duration of the action. For example, has it been raining here since morning? Likewise, in the intro-negative form, we have a helping verb in the beginning, then the subject, the word not, an auxiliary verb been, the verb in its fourth form, the other parts of speech, since or for, and the beginning time or duration of an action. For example, has it not been raining here since morning? Dear students, here are some tips to use while changing a sentence from Urdu to English. If an Urdu sentence ends in these identifiers that are shown here, we may easily identify the tense of the sentence, which may help us in translating an Urdu sentence into English. We shall learn more about these translations in my next video. Let's now have a review of today's lecture. In this video, we have learnt about the verb tense and its aspects, the functions and uses of the different aspects of the present tense, namely the indefinite tense, the continuous tense, the perfect tense, and the perfect continuous tense. We have also learnt the sentence structures and the sentence transformations of these various aspects. And we have also learnt the basic Urdu identifications for translations. Now's the time for your home assignment. You have to identify the tense of the given sentences and also change them into negative, interrogative, and interrogative forms. This is it for this video lesson, dear students. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.